Man, I could really use a break. Fall break is coming up and I feel like I should do something for it, but I'm concerned about my environmental impact and overall cost of travel. Where did you come from?
Have you ever been in this situation? Hi, Grant Delpit, CEO of Global Trek Travel. We have everything you need for cost-effective and eco-friendly travel, and everything you need right accessible in our app.
Hi, we are Team Front of Mind Consulting, and we just wanted to thank GTT for the opportunity to present our ideas to you guys, and we're excited about this change in this business that you'll be hearing from us today. So first, we wanted to introduce our persona to you. So the persona that we came up with for your marketing purposes is going to be Adventure Amy. So Adventure Amy is a very eco-conscious, student-aged, very curious and internet active person. She really, really loves traveling and has a very global mindset, but she's always concerned about how she's impacting the environment, since we know that's a large problem these days. She's also college age from 18 to 27. So in that age range, it's normally they're very cost conscious as well. She wants to get the best bang for her buck. She's curious. As I said, she's a world traveler, and she really loves immersing herself in these cultures. So she really loves to learn from the locals, and she always try to keep that in mind. As I said, she's internet active. She loves posting on a blog, Instagram, sharing her experiences through WhatsApp. But again, as I said, she's also a very conscious person, so she knows what she's putting out to the world. If you look at our data, we chose Peru for a few reasons. The first one is when we compared Peru to the top 10 most visited countries in the world, we can see that they are by far the lowest in the CO2 output per capita. So I think that's really something that will attract her there, and that it's a not very polluted country or polluting country as well. On the right side, we see a currency comparison. We see that the currency it wavers a little bit, but for the most part of the trend, we can see that it's the US to Peru, that their currencies are actually going further and further away from each other. So the buck is actually going a longer way, or the US dollar is going much further and further as time progresses. And finally, we have a dashboard for you guys as well. We noticed that their international travelers, that's going to be in the green of the current data, is always on the rise, especially from the 2004 to the 2018 era, was a humongous rise in their total international visitors. In the purple, you'll see the forecasted. Now, this just means that the Tableau is forecasting that the international visitors are just going up, and they're going to continue as well. On the right-hand side, you'll see a breakdown of those travelers or visitors by the country of origin that they come from. And from this, we can see that US is has the most visitors from an international standpoint. We think that'll really play in well for Amy.
Now we're going to take a look through the customer's journey. We're going to run through the awareness, consideration, action, and advocacy stages. We're also going to consider how Amy's goals and fears have shifted throughout all 4 of these stages. During the awareness stage, Amy has been doing a lot of research and planning. Amy is a very detail-oriented and organized individual. She hates being unaware of her plans, and she likes to plan things way ahead of time. A few websites in which Amy has been researching through during her awareness stage are Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TripAdvisor, Gacta Ondes, and GTT Travel Agency. A few aspects that Amy has been researching and planning for during this stage are the visa requirements in Peru, the local currency, the phone services that are available in the area, the weather forecast, as well as appropriate dress code, and last but not least, the ride-sharing platforms available in Peru. During the consideration stage, we can consider, what is Amy looking for? So Amy is looking for a user-friendly website that also has an application. She wants one that has information regarding COVID-19 safety measures in Peru. She wants one that, of course, has positive customer ratings and reviews from past customers. And she would also like an eco-friendly tourist option, one that provides real-time calculations of environmental impact. And last but not least, she would like her accommodations to be created for her ahead of time prior to her arrival. So during the consideration stage, Amy is feeling a bit concerned about traveling during these times, but she's also very enthusiastic about her future trip.
Hi, so I'll be taking us through the advocacy stage and the action stage. I'll start with the action stage first. So the action stage is all about what Amy is going to do to ensure that she has a very successful trip. So firstly, she is understandably very worried but excited, and GTT has helped increase her excitement and allay her fears a bit. She's therefore going to download the GTT app because she knows she's going to get great recommendations about restaurants to visit, tourist sites, information about the weather, among others. In addition, she's going to enable the safety feature, which will help track her movement, and also send her surveys she can fill to help them know her current location. So in case of any danger, it can be detected early and actions can be taken to ensure her safety. Secondly, she'll be taking the COVID vaccination before she travels, and she's going to ensure she has all the personal protective equipment she needs, which will help her keep herself safe during her trip. Now, when she arrives in Peru, she's going to take all the safety, service which will be sent to her by the GTT app, as well as observe all the COVID-19 protocols to keep herself safe. At the advocacy stage, Amy is very excited, and she's grateful to GTT for all the help they have lent her during her research. She's therefore going to take some screenshots of how prompt the customer service was to her, either through the chat booth or through speaking to personnel. And those screenshots, she's going to post it on her social media platforms to encourage her connections to travel with GTT. Now, when she gets to Peru and is so excited about the recommendations given to her by GTT about sites to visit, restaurants to visit, dishes to try out, she's obviously going to take lots of videos and images and mention GTT in them, expressing her gratitude. All these things she can send to GTT voluntarily for GTT to post on their apps about how successful some customers have been in their trips through using GTT, or she's going to post them on her own social media platform when she returns and hashtag GTT to, draw more people to follow them. And in addition, she's going to take the customer reviews sent to her so that she can, she can help GTT in their publicity and encourage others to travel with them. Thank you.
So now we're going to go into the business journey, which is comprised of the same 4 parts. The first part of our business journey is the awareness stage. In other words, what does GTT have to do to capture Adventure Amy's attention? We have a few recommendations for GTT. First, utilize keywords for Google search queries. 93% of online interaction begins with a search. Second, increase GTT's presence on social media, as 60% of customers use social media to choose a travel destination. Finally, create a user-friendly mobile app. 71% of online traffic is from mobile devices, and 90% of mobile time is spent on apps. So how does GTT accomplish this? GTT needs 3 types of data from potential customers. This includes demographic information to target the correct audience, social media preferences, including number of clicks, web page traffic, duration of time spent on platform, etc., which will indicate which social media platforms to advertise on, and transaction history, including passport applications and credit history. As for key performance indicators in this stage, we suggest GTT strive for an 80% increase in referrals, customer engagement, and app downloads. And moving on to the consideration stage of the business journey, how will GTT assist Amy as she is considering her travel options? GTT's goals for the stage are to increase customer acquisition and boost customer satisfaction. GTT will do this through eco-impact calculations and local amenity recommendations. On the mobile app, GTT will have a real-time calculator that will estimate the carbon emissions per route selected, which will also be paired with an expense per route. The data needed for this portion is carbon emission data from travel methods like cars and planes, as well as flight data information. Secondly, GTT will recommend local amenities through a partnership with Airbnb. Using data from past Airbnb stays, GTT can recommend similar housing options. For this stage, we recommend GTT use a number of successful onboards and customer acquisition costs as their key performance indicators.
I talk about action stage. GTT travel app keeps customers connecting to the app to download travel information and content during a trip. Also, the GTT app provides easy selection of suitable activities due to the include recommendations from local and previous GTT customers. Goals for GTT is to make sure customers will have a smooth experience, whether it's for the hotel check-in or the airport transfer. The social media data using customer reviews and sentiments from Instagram or Facebook connecting can provide insights on what can be improved in the existing service. Web search data to get a better understanding on what the customer needs. The GTT views measuring travel KPIs as a way to reduce costs or optimize the way they use their travel budget. I talk about advocacy stage. GTT will monitor customer certification, post travel through online reviews and social media activity. We suggest that GTT encourage customers to leave reviews through a giveaway. Customers who leave a review will have their name entered into a raffle to win $500 voucher for their next trip booked through GTT. And GTT's first goal is to increase customer certification through customer reviews. GTT will understand what to change for next time. GTT's second goal is to increase customer awareness. Transaction data. GTT can use the data for customer relations such as customer service improvement and improving the online recommendation engine for the next time, and social media data. Gauge overall certification from the travel experience through customer behavior on social media and survey.
So our final recommendations for GTT. We encourage GTT to put into place a few operational changes to allow for a more smooth transition into the big data world. This includes changing current data servers to improve processing capabilities, creating teams dedicated to data gathering and data science, a change to a more data-driven marketing approach, and establishing their cloud services through AWS. For security reasons, we also recommend that GTT decentralize their AI components. Keeping sensitive information in one place could be potentially dangerous for both customers and company reputation in the case of it being hacked. So we suggest that GTT stay away from siloing all their data into one place. In the same vein, we also strongly suggest that GTT research local Peruvian privacy laws so it is not infringing on local customer rights. For customer satisfaction, we recommend that GTT are transparent with what data they are collecting, its purpose, and what value the customer is getting, while also giving them the opportunity to opt out if they so choose. We also recommend that GTT reconsider old KPIs and focus on a more customer acquisition number and cost of acquisition rather than cost of following up on leads. Finally, we encourage consistent A/B testing to find the best app layout for each customer to make it more personalized. We hope that you consider our recommendations, and thank you for your attention.